Hello again. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse number 6, train up a child in the way that it should go, so that when he is old, he will not depart from the training that you're given to him. Unfortunately, we are disappointed after giving our children training. We want our children to become like us or to become according to the training we are giving to them in the immediate. We do not wait. We do not tarry. We do not submit ourselves to God after training our children. We are disappointed in what we see when the children grow. Maybe they are in their stage, or maybe in the kind of stage that they are, and we want them to be as perfect as we have trained them. But it is not so. You may train up a child, and after that, the child becomes a thief. The child becomes an armed robber. He begins to say, this is not part of my family. This is not in my genealogy. This is not. No one was a thief in my. No one is a thief in my family. Where did he come from? Where did he come from? He's still your child. If you deny your child, you are denying God. Do you know why? What the Bible tells you is that the Bible does not tell you that you will make your child what you will be. What the Bible tells you is that train up a child in the way that it should go. When he grows old, he will not depart from the training. He has not grown old. And that is why God is taking him through many pathways of life. God is taking him through many experiences. God is taking him through the wilderness. God is taking him through the desert. God is taking him through many dimensions of life until God sees that he is old. Then all the training that you've given to him will come to manifestation. In the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse number 17, the Bible says that it came to pass, the book of Exodus, chapter 13, from verse 17 to 18, the Bible says, it came to pass that when Pharaoh let the people of Israel go, God did not lead them by the way of the Philistines, although it was near, but he led them by the way of the wilderness. He took them around the way of the wilderness by the Red Sea, which was way longer, lest they see war, and some of them turned back. The word of the wilderness that God is taking, that your child, that you think is very stubborn or very disobedient or not according to your training, is because God is equipping that child. God is modeling that child. God is molding that child to fit into what he wants him to be, not what he wants you to, not what you want him to be. Train up a child in the way that it should go, so that when he grows old, your child has not grown old. Your child is still growing. Your child is not yet old. Your child is still growing. The time of growth does not depend on you. The time of growth depends on God. The Bible says in the book of John chapter 12, verse 24, Jesus Christ is speaking now. Most assuredly I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains alone. But when it falls to the ground, it dies and decays and start to grow up, and it will now bring forth much fruit and much grain. The book of John chapter 12, verse 24. So you must allow the child, you have done your part. Allow God to do his own part. The problem is not your child. Your problem is not whether you have trained up your child. You have done your bit. So don't beat up yourself. Don't beat up the child. The Bible tells you again in the book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 21. Colossians chapter 3, verse 21. Fathers, do not provoke your children, so that they will not be discouraged in life. Jesus Christ is preaching through Paul. Love your children. In the book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse number 4, it says, do not provoke your children as well. Bear with them. Don't go to beat them up or even trying to beat yourself up, thinking that you've not done enough. You have done enough. This ministration is encouraging you and also encouraging your child. Do not discourage them. Do not be a factor of discouragement to your children. After all, it is not the seed, the sperm that you put into your wife, according to your idea, according to your imagination, according to your plan, that the child becomes. The child may become an imbecile. You are hoping to have a doctor, you may be hoping to have an engineer, you may be hoping to have a sound guy. But unfortunately, you have a Down syndrome. You have something that's never expected. Nobody prays and nobody works. Nobody goes into his wife to produce a secular. Nobody goes into his wife to produce maybe a hermaphrodite. Nobody goes into his wife to produce a conjoined twins, the Siamese twins. No, nobody does that. But to find that, that's what happens. Love your children. Love, in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, from verse number 4, love suffers long and is kind. Suffer long for your children. That is love. And be kind to your children. Do not be provoked. Do not be angry. Do not wish them evil. Do not rejoice in the evil. Love your children. Bear all things. Endure all things. Believe all things. And hope for all things. Love does not fail. Mean love soars all the time. Love your children. Whether they are 419ers, love them. Whether they are criminals, love them. Whether they are harlots, love them. They are going through their pathways of wilderness. They are going through series of, they don't know what they're going through in their minds as well. But the Bible tells you in the book of Psalm 66 from verse 10 to 12, that God brought us to the net. God brought us to the net. God brought us to the hazardous pathways. God brought us to the sea. God brought us to the furnace of fire. But the same God brings us out to reach fulfillment. Love your children, and you will be glad that you do. And you will live your life in peace and happiness, and you'll be glad that you do. Amen.